it up for comedian Buzz Soul. Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? My name is comedian Buzz Soul. I'm at the age where your mind still thinks you're 25, but your knees file a complaint with HR every morning. You wake up like, all right, world, let's dominate today. Then you stand up and your back goes, sir, we're going to dominate the couch. Let me tell you about my life. I have a gorgeous wife, my son who is still a young person, and a hearty laughter and love for life in the present moment. I manage multiple real estate businesses and a land trust for my kids. Everything is for them. A nonprofit for all autistic and special needs. And apparently, when you wear this many hats, it means no sleep. My life ain't busy. My life got side quests. Family chaos. Let's start with the kids. My daughter, she's grown. She thinks she knows everything. She will have a TED Talk for you with verified proof and reference material. She'd be like, Dad, statistically speaking, girl, I made you. I don't need statistics. I remember when you used to eat Play Doh. Don't come at me with grabs. Now she got big dreams. She want to build spaceships. Spaceships. Do you know how wild it is to tell people, yeah, my daughter runs a startup spaceship company? People be like, NASA? Let's say more like Star Trek and Warp Drive. My daughter, the astronaut. She wants to go to outer space. I told her, your father buys houses without using his own money. She's starting a space exploration company. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out who's going to pay for the rocket. She said, investors. I said, well, okay, good. You learned something from your father. Money is a tool. Manifestation, you can do anything. The resume of chaos. Now I run a multi-million-dollar real estate business, creative financing, subject to deals, land trust. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, neither does my family. My daughter once asked, Dad, exactly what do you do? I said, well, I buy houses without using my own money into a land trust. That's it. She said, so you're a magician? I said, no, I'm what the banks call a lifesaver. Then I have my autistic son, which means life is beautiful, hilarious, emotional, confusing at times, and unpredictable. When you're an autistic parent, you know autism keeps it 100% real. No filters, no sugarcoating, no mercy. If something is out of the ordinary, them gonna tell you loud, in public, at church. He be like, Daddy, that man hair is falling off. Now everybody uncomfortable. I'm apologizing, the man crying, and my son like, you're welcome. We started a nonprofit autism foundation for my son. Yeah, give it up for that. But nobody tells you how many hats you gotta wear. I'm a dad, a CEO, a husband, a nonprofit director, a real estate mogul, a spaceship investor, and a professional bill payer. My wallet got PTSD. Every time I open it, it flinch. My bills show up together in packs like you knew I was coming. Give it up for yourselves. You made it out the house tonight. Because once you got a family, leaving the house is a committee meeting. I just don't go out anymore. I gotta announce it. I'm thinking about stepping outside around 8. Where you going? Who gonna be there? What time you coming back? Make sure you lock the door when you leave. I grew up where you could just leave. Now I gotta submit a travel itinerary. Kids change everything. Having kids is wild because you don't stop being you. You just stop being the priority version of you. Before kids, if I was tired, I went to sleep. That was the solution. After kids, you tired with never ending responsibilities. You don't rest. You power down like a cell phone. I don't sleep anymore. I reboot. I close my eyes like, all right, Lord, just update our systems. Kids don't care if you're tired. Kids wake up energized like they owe nobody nothing. My kid wakes up happy. That's suspicious. Why are you smiling at 4:12 a.m.? What deal you make with the universe while I was unconscious? Kids ask questions you don't have answers for. Not simple questions. Life ruining questions. Dad, why you gotta work if you're successful already? I don't know. I like to work. Space company reality. The spaceship company? Let me tell you how big that is. Most dads invest in college funds. I invest in college funds and intergalactic travel. My daughter be like, my company is working on plans to live on Mars. I'm like, cool. Is Mars affordable? Because Earth's already really expensive. The age difference with my kids, I got to switch personalities all day. With my son, I'm like, let's play sports and get on the drums. Let's play. With my daughter, so what's your 5-year business plan? My daughter talking about investments. My son talking about dinosaurs fighting superheroes. Both of them making sense, honestly. Let's talk about parenting in public. Parenting in public is stressful because everybody watching like they on jury. Your kid act up, now strangers got opinions. I see people whispering like, that couldn't be my child. Oh, really? Because your child at home right now being disrespectful. You just don't know it. Kids don't embarrass you at home. They wait till you're in public, where your reputation lives. Your kid acting out and you just kneeling down like, hey, we talked about this. Make them laugh, turn it around, and get out of there. We also run a successful real estate company. Let me tell you, real estate is wild. Everybody want to be rich, but nobody want to stage a house that smell like broken dreams. You walk into houses like, oh, this family gave up. You ever seen the fridge so empty it look depressed? Even the ice tray be like, I ain't make it either, bro. I told my barber one day, he said, wait, so you buy houses into a land trust, but the mortgage stays in the seller's name? I said, correct. It's financing creatively. We live in a nice community. We don't pay HOA. But my friends down the way live in a gated HOA community. HOA ain't nothing but organized harassment. They send letters for everything. Your grass is point 0.3 inches too high. They be watching with rulers and drones. One leaf fall in their yard and a fine. I'm like, it's autumn. You still got a fine? The HOA patrol be like, not in this neighborhood. It's nice to have a diverse group of friends in a diverse neighborhood. Keeps things interesting. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is also two people negotiating exhaustion. Dating, you lie. Marriage, you tell the truth. When you're dating, baby, I miss you. When you're married, I just saw you. Love don't disappear. It just gets efficient. We don't argue loud anymore. We argue low. You said you do some dishes. You said I do some dishes? Define some. Marriage got secret rules nobody tells you. Like if one person cleans the kitchen, the other person got to say something. Just acknowledge the effort, because if you don't, now we beefing over forks. Married life. Let's talk about my beautiful wife. Single people think marriage is romance. No, marriage is compromise mixed with survival. When your wife says we need to talk, your soul leaves your body. I'll be like, Lord, whatever I did, I'm sorry. We live in a nice community. And in a nice community, everybody judges you. I just don't trust nobody who trash never fooled. Family dinners? Family dinner in my house is wild. You got me talking about real estate deals, my daughter talking about rockets, my son talking about the philosophical meaning of monster trucks. We having a good time at dinner. I got a habit. I smack when I chew my food. I don't realize it until she looks at me. When she looks at me, We look at each other. I say, I heard it too. I heard it too. I think it's in the ceilings or the walls. If you have any additional information, let me know. You ever notice how money don't change who you are? It just turns your volume up. If you're generous and you get rich, now you're a philanthropic. If you're cheap and you get rich, now you're financially disciplined. Same them, different bank account. Now let's talk about being rich because rich has its benefits. Let's be honest. Rich people don't feel financial pain the same way. When you don't got your money together and you stub your toe, that's gonna hurt for a week. Rich people stub their toe, just ice it in my walk-in freezer. Rich people don't fear emergencies. Poor people hear a strange noise in the car and start doing the math. That noise sounds serious. Ignore it till payday. It sounds too expensive. Rich people hear a noise like, weird. I'll buy another car. Rich people don't wait. They don't wait in lines. They don't wait on hold. They don't wait for answers. They summon things. Poor people call customer service like they calling into a radio station. AI voice agent like, your call is important. A human team member is busy right now. I'm an AI assistant and your call is important to us. No, it's not. If it was important, you answered. Poor people sit on hold and hear the same flute song so long and so many times that you start to remember it, harmonizing along, even when you're not listening to it anymore. By the time somebody answers, you mad at them like, I know this ain't your fault, but you gonna hear this anger. Now let's talk about family. Because money hits different when kids are involved. Financially regular parents teach lessons differently. Turn that light off. I don't own the power company. Rich parents be like, leave it on for ambiance. Poor kids don't really ask for things. They test the environment first. Mom, you tired right now? Or regular tired? Rich kids just ask. They don't care. Can I have a pony? Poor parents don't do allowance. More like conditional income. You want some money? What you do? Rich kids get allowance for existing. Poor kids gotta earn money like they are employees in their own residence. You took out the trash? That was only one time. Rich kids don't understand consequences. Poor kids understand consequences before they understand words. You ever get the look? Not a warning. The look says, finish that sentence and see God. And discipline changes with money. Poor parents, out of fear, discipline with fear. Rich parents, discipline with conversations. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Money don't raise kids, time does. And that's the real flex. Because rich people sometimes got money, but no time. Poor people got no money, but somehow got time, love, and a couch everybody could sleep on. Why is buying coffee so stressful now? It used to be simple. Coffee, black. Now you walk in, it's like a quiz show. What size, what milk, what temperature, what mood are you in? I just wanted something to wake me up, not discover myself. And the sizes don't even make sense. Small, medium, large, cool. Now it's like tall, grande, venti. Why are we speaking Italian all of a sudden? I just want a drink, not a passport stamp. And why they spell your name wrong every time? We order coffee like it's a science project. I'll take a triple shot, oat milk, half foam, caramel drizzle with a sprinkle of emotional support latte. Coffee flavors getting out of control. Every couple of months, a new seasonal madness over a new flavor. Pumpkin spice season, people lose their minds. It's like the Super Bowl for basic happiness. Grown adults lined up like, is it back? Is it back? You ever read the flavor description? Tastes like autumn leaves, cinnamon whispers, and spiritual abundance. What? Just say it's sweet. And there's those people who only drink iced coffee in the winter. It's 40 degrees outside. They shaking, but still like, I don't do hot coffee. You don't do warmth, huh? We all say we're gonna save money and make coffee at home. That lasts 2 days. Day one, you're motivated. You're grinding beans, measuring water like a scientist. Day three, you half sleep, spilling coffee everywhere. Like, why is this so hard? And it never tastes the same. You follow the steps, but somehow your coffee tastes like bitter, bad decisions. Meanwhile, the coffee shop is serving magical lattes. You pay $7, and suddenly it tastes like hope again. Coffee changes your whole personality. Before coffee, you're quiet, no strategies. After coffee, you solving problems nobody asked about. All right, here's what we're going to do. Who is we? You just got here. And it hits different depending on timing. Morning coffee, productive. Afternoon coffee, risky. Evening coffee, oh, you not sleeping. You just laying in bed like, should I start a business? Let's talk about vacations. Poorly budgeted vacations are just different. You excited? This place got a pool. And it's 3 feet deep and green. Rich vacations like, we're going to disconnect. From what? Reality? Now let's talk about stress. Because both sides got it. Poor stress is loud, bills yelling at you, bank account talking crazy. Rich stress is quiet, but heavy. Poor stress says, how are we going to survive? Rich stress says, who really loves me? Real estate deals falling apart sometimes. But parenting is the longest escrow period in history. 18 years. No, try forever. Kids, kids see everything. They don't care about money. They care about presence. You could be rich and absent, or broke and unforgettable. I've seen rich families eat separate meals on separate devices in the same house. Poor families eating one meal, arguing, laughing, everybody together and loud, everybody together and happy. That's culture. We grew up different. If you told your parents I'm bored, they found you something to do. Chores wasn't optional, that was character development. Now kids got feelings. I don't feel like cleaning. Me and my wifey decided to play video games. So we bought a novelty game machine. You plug it into the TV, got like 30,000 retro games on it. After 2, maybe 3 days, we both realized it should have been called Street Fighter and Friends. The games are so bad. Running businesses teach you something important. You can build wealth, you can build companies, you can buy houses, but your real legacy is your family. And at the end of the day, money is just a tool. It can buy comfort, it can buy silence, it can buy options, but it can't buy values. Those are taught. Poor teaches you humility, rich teaches you opportunities. The goal ain't rich or poor, the goal is secure. Enough money to breathe, enough love to matter, because the worst thing ain't being poor. The worst thing is being rich and still being empty. And the best thing ain't being rich either. The best thing is coming home Somebody actually glad you're there. That's wealth. My son taught me patience. My daughter taught me vision. My wife taught me not to buy another house without telling her first. That lesson cost me 3 couches and a doghouse stay. The big lesson: success isn't just money, it's love, it's showing up, it's building something bigger than yourself. Family will humble you, stress you, and make you realize how important the present moment is. And one day, your kid's gonna grow up and say, my parents did their best. That's the goal. Not perfection, just presence. Because at the end of the day, if everybody's safe, fed, and laughing, you're rich. So if you feel overwhelmed, just remember, if a man can raise an autistic son, be a loving husband to a beautiful wife, run companies, fund spaceships, build nonprofits, pay mortgages, and still show up smiling, you can handle whatever life throws at you. Through all the chaos, the businesses, the parenting, the mortgages, the dreams, the autism foundations, the ups, the downs, I realized something. I ain't stressed. I'm blessed. I got a life that's full of love and a life that's full of love, full of purpose, full of responsibility, full of laughter. Thank you, everybody. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go explain to my daughter why her spaceship company cannot buy houses subject to on Mars. Because if Martians got mortgages, somebody's already behind on their payments. Good night, everybody.